Hello Reddit, my teenage daughter has just started her first period. What do I do? I'm a single dad and my daughter, soon to be 13, has just started her first period. Luckily, she was at a friend's house and managed to get hold of a few pads, but we don't really have anything at home. What do I need to be doing? Pads, tampons or cups? Different things for different situations? Should I just buy different products in different levels of absorbency and let her figure out what's comfortable? Should I have a specific pain relief on hand or just hot water bottles? I was 16, home with my sister while our parents were out of town for a funeral when my sister got her first period. I called a girl I knew at school for advice. She said she could come over in a few hours to talk with sister. I went to the store to get her some pads. Sister knew what was going on, still was happy with emotional support from me and my friend. Edit now I'm 80. Hey Dad here. If your daughter is in a lot of pain, i.e. 2 ibuprofen does absolutely nothing for here, take note and get medical advice because things like endometriosis could be an issue. Start with pads. It's the best for the first period, and when she is older, she can decide what is best for her. I would make her feel comfortable and normal. If she has pain, middle menstrual relief works best. Heating pads can help with cramps. This is special. Get her a cake or a Barbie or something pretty to wear or a basket with things she likes. It's a moment in her life she would like to remember went well. Not scary. I hope this helped. Also check out a Dadit for loads of insight from other dads. When my daughter got hers, I did 3 things. Went straight to the store and got her pads, gave her one of the stuffed animals you can microwave and put on her belly for cramps, set off a confetti cannon in the house and told her congratulations LOL. She loved it. I'm not seeing it mentioned, so no white pants. Pads, tampons, or cups, well, this is really her decision. Generally a lot of people start out on pads and they don't feel that tampons or cups fit well or feel comfortable until they are in their later teens. If she does have an interest in tampons, they do make ones called light. Those will probably fit better and be more comfortable. You can also offer her period underwear from one of the zillion companies that make it if it comes in her size and is affordable. She won't have the hassle of pads with that. Some really great information here and a few things to ignore. I would suggest giving her the option of period underwear too. They just get rinsed and thrown in a regular wash. They can be useful for overnights especially. Some companies will put together a collection for people who are new to periods. Different strengths, colors, a waterproof bag to stash things in. When I was a teenager, I had severe menstrual pain that sometimes caused fainting, vomiting, but I thought it was normal. Over-the-counter painkillers didn't cut it, so it took me a few years to go to a doctor and get stronger meds, etc. I always tell students now that if the pain is interfering with day-to-day life, don't be afraid to go to a doctor for advice, so just might be something to keep an eye out for. Electric heating pad is great for me. Water bottles lose heat too quickly. Everyone has hit some good points. I'd add to buy some hydrogen peroxide. Her first few cycles will be irregular and thus leaks and stains are bound to happen. Hydrogen peroxide helps get blood out and makes it easier to wash. For pain, some basic over-the-counter meds and hot water bottles should do the trick. It's awesome that you're looking out for her like this. Just keep the convo open and supportive, she'll appreciate it. I highly recommend a good mattress protector if you don't have one already. When you first get your period, it can be hard to tell when it's going to come, or can be really heavy unexpectedly. A flow-level variety pack of brand name pads. Keep them high in stock while she figures out her cycle. Some middle for symptom relief. The hot water bottles are essential either way. I'm hopeful she's learned a bit at school and from her friends by now. 13 is not the earliest I've heard. Tampons are a choice I would let her make later on. Just make sure she knows proper disposal, not everyone gets to that. Period underpants are the best. Also, you can get her a small gift to commemorate the occasion. There's a great book called Welcome to Your Period by Yumi Steins. There is enough information there. Don't forget to buy her ice cream or a cake. Because it already sucks, but I love you and you are a champ, and it should not all be scary and bad, but have a happy association with it as well. Keep shoving chocolate bars under the bedroom door until the growling stops. Period underwear is also a good choice. It can be combined with pads if a period is heavy. I always dreaded getting blood on the linens mattress during the night with just only pads. It happens not every time, but often enough to be unhappy with it, and period underwear is a savior in this situation. Pads are the easiest, but also require a bit of a learning curve. TBH, I would recommend period undies as well, even just one pair, because the first time she bleeds through her PJS into the bed she will be super embarrassed. This happens frequently during sleeping because it doesn't really want to stay where it's supposed to. If you do get tampons as well, go for the slightly more expensive but plastic applicator kind instead of cardboard. It's significantly more comfortable. Applicator not valid outside North America. Give her more grace than you usually do. She's gonna be snappy and short-tempered and unlike herself. Deal with her keeping that in mind. Period undies are so good for this. If she wants to use anything else, get that. But undies are great on their own or in conjunction. Make sure all the bathrooms in your house have trash cans for her. Please tell me she's had the talk or some form or sex ed already. If you have a female relative or close friend she is comfortable with, I would suggest having them talk with her as well. She may have questions she is nervous to ask you about, and for a young girl it can feel quite scary and daunting. A reminder that while it may seem early, it is a good time for some sex ed too. I don't understand. Did you not see this coming or something? SMH. Just as an extra, some women react badly to paracetamol when menstruating, so it's probably safer to stick with ibuprofen. I used to keep fainting on my period and feeling really sick and dizzy until the school nurse told me that paracetamol was never tested on menstruating women the way ibuprofen was, and sometimes it clashes with the hormones we're producing. Not every woman has this, but best to be on the safe side. Collapsing in the middle of a maths class isn't fun, lol. I've just flicked through the comments and I'm sure it's been mentioned, but if not, get her some period underwear. They're a good idea to wear with pads while she's getting used to what her flow will be like. It will help prevent any leaks, and if she's tracking her period, always a good idea, she can wear them around when her period is due. You're such a good dad asking for advice on this stuff. You're very good. One thing to note is that cramps aren't the only physical side effect of periods and PMT. A lot of women get diarrhea, back pain, sore breasts and armpits. There's a lot going on. Just be there to support her and you'll be fine. Make sure she keeps a little bag in her backpack with sanitary products and a change of underwear. When packing for a trip, include extra undies and sanitary products as well. You never know. Nix also has period underwear, which my daughter prefers to pads. Get one of a bunch of different options in pads and underwear. They're not all made the same. Some are bulkier, some make sounds when you walk, some don't stay put. It really depends on each person's preference. Have some teen tampons around in case she wants to try those in a little bit. But if she does, be very clear that she can't leave one in more than 8 hours, and you shouldn't just use the biggest ones each time so you can avoid toxic shock syndrome. First of all, you're doing an amazing job by reaching out and wanting to support your daughter. Start with a variety of period products. Pads are a good starting point, but having tampons and cups on hand lets her choose what's most comfortable. Also, have some pain relief like ibuprofen and a heating pad ready in case she gets cramps. Keep the conversation open so she knows she can talk to you about how she's feeling. You've got this. One of the biggest things is never ask if she's on it and never make her feel bad about it. Also, try not to be weird and suspicious if her period is late or early for the first year or so. It's not regular.